What's up everybody? In the last video, I showed off the first version of the Overheat Drum, a mostly 3D printed and fully open source talent compatible 50-dart drum mag. Well, you guys had a lot of input about it, so I fully remodeled the whole thing with these suggestions in mind. Introducing the SSTM Overheat Drum V2. For those of you who haven't seen my first video about this, a recent project of mine has been designing a mostly 3D printable 50-round drum magazine for foam dart blasters that's easy to use and make. Before, it used a very strong clog spring which ruined darts, needed 4 M4 screws which had to be undone with a hex key, and had very mediocre feeding. It also lacked strength in some areas and couldn't fit small printers. Thankfully, I have fixed all of these things with the second version of the Overheat Drum. The spring has been weakened to be much nicer on your darts, and feeding all around has been significantly improved by making the neck transition more shallow, allowing the drum to keep up with quicker fire rates. The 4 M4 screws have been replaced by a single thumb screw in the middle, with pins on the outer ends for alignment. One of the biggest changes is that I made the neck detachable with no extra hardware required. This allows the drum mag to fit onto a bed size of 155 by 155 millimeters. And once more types of necks are made, you can have one drum mag compatible with multiple mag wells. It also makes it much easier to design different necks, which is why I've included a step file as well as one for the rest of the drum mag on the printables page found in the description with the rest of the files. The parts you need to build this yourself are an M4 by 20mm thumb screw and an M4 nut, 5 2x10mm pins, a talent box spring, or you can make your own with music wire and a guide, which are linked on the printables page, a 608 bearing, and a clock spring, which is also listed on the printables page. To assemble, place the 608 bearing and one of the pins in their respective holes on the main follower. Then place the pins on the outer end of the clock spring, bend the end onto the pin, and remove the pin. Now cut down the inner end of the clock spring to be shorter than 6mm and bend it outward a little bit so you can put it into the center of the back body. Now put the main follower into place, putting the pin into the outer end of the spring. Next, bend a small circle into both ends of your box spring and use a cut down 2mm thick screw going through the circle and into the hole on both straight follower ends to attach the spring to the followers. Slide the neck pieces into their respective body pieces and finish it off by placing an M4 knot into the hex hole and the pins into the 4 holes on the back body, and screwing the body pieces together with the thumb screw in the middle. To improve reliability at high fire rates, you could apply some dry lubricant spray like the one linked in the printables page, or you could do a very thin coat of normal lubricant. Future me here turns out that dry lubricant spray doesn't actually do a whole lot by itself, and you'll still want to apply a little bit of liquid lubricant. Hopefully there will be improvements made in the future that will make this not necessary though. Finally, to load, undo the screw and wind the main follower back all the way, then place the stray spring into the innermost section of the main follower. Make sure it does not unwind and fill all segments with darts. I like to use a hex key stuck in one of the channels while loading. Once you have done that, keep a hold on the main follower until you put the other body part on and screw together. Once you remove your follower rotator, you have a little over 50 darts at the ready. At the moment, there are still a lot of additions that I want to make, the biggest one being necks. I'm still figuring out how I'm going to design all of them, but that is my current project. If you want to help out, consider designing one yourself and posting it. As I said in the last video, I do want to sell these eventually, so I'll keep a pinned comment updated with any information about that. Until then, happy printing. See ya.